exclusively on iQiyi. This epic fantasy drama, starring Cheng and Wang Churan, is worth the wait. iQiyi's exclusive epic fantasy drama What a Trouble, Cheng and Wang Churan co-star in a story of fateful encounters and a sweet, heartbreaking story. This year's most anticipated time-traveling romance. In the current film and television market, which is flooded with historical dramas, audiences are already familiar with genres like science, fantasy, and time travel. However, works that truly resonate with audiences often rely not only on the novelty of the subject matter, but also on the ingenious plot logic and the truly moving performances of the actors. What a Trouble, starring Cheng and Wang Churan and exclusively on iQiyi, is precisely this type of work, attracting widespread discussion and anticipation even before its release. This drama centers on the story of traveling through a book, but it doesn't fall into the simplistic female protagonist's comeback or male protagonist's superpower formula. Instead, it incorporates multiple elements, including power struggles, fateful battles, and romantic choices, set against a fictional historical backdrop. It retains the grand narrative expected of a fantasy drama while also infusing realism into its details. Even more captivating is the drama's poignant love story and the twists and turns of fate that concern the greater good of family and nation, allowing viewers to connect with the couple while also empathizing with the struggles of the smaller characters within the larger scheme of things. A unique story traveling setting, from working girl to enchanting concubine. In What a Dilemma, the heroine, Jen, played by Wang Churan, was originally an ordinary modern-day worker. Exploited daily by her boss, her life was filled with endless overtime and trivial worries, a reflection of countless viewers' realities. One late-night overtime shift, she accidentally traveled through a book, arriving in a fictional ancient dynasty. However, she wasn't blessed with the privilege of becoming a pampered, rich lady. Instead, she faced a hell from the start, transmigrating into a demonic concubine hated by everyone. This is a character destined for misfortune, burdened with infamy, destined for tragedy. This contrast instantly immerses the audience. How would they cope if they were in such a script? It is precisely this that makes Cheng's story so compelling. She must both escape her tragic fate and find hope within the absurd setting. Compared to many cool drama heroines who are instantly adorned with glory upon their time travel, Cheng's beginning is more relatable to the plight of the real-life office worker, and thus resonates more with the audience. The Emperor and the demonic concubine, the fateful ties of two time travelers. The other central character in the story, Cheng, is the Supreme Emperor. However, he isn't native to this world, he also traveled from the modern era, even a full decade before Cheng. Over the course of 10 years, he waded through the machinations of power, gradually mastering the ways of the emperor. Yet, he always retained a modern soul. Power and a harem of 3,000 beauties were not true happiness for him. He yearned for the intelligence and freedom of modern life, and even more so, he resented the world's pre-written script. The emperor was destined to perish, the concubine destined to be buried alive with him. When Xiaodan and Cheng met, they resonated with each other, their shared experience as strangers. One knew the outcome of history but couldn't change it, while the other, newly entered the book, desperately needed a way out. They began to collaborate, fighting against the inevitable tragedy. This setting is incredibly tense. On one side stands the Supreme Emperor, on the other the despised concubine. On one side, a predetermined outcome, on the other, a stubborn desire to rewrite it. This fateful confrontation deepens their bond and imbues their love story with a deeper weight. Plot direction, from fate to rewriting. In What a Dilemma, the most captivating aspects isn't simply the romance, but the choices the protagonists make within the larger context. They first face a severe drought. The original plot envisioned a food shortage, widespread devastation, and a national crisis, ultimately leading to the nation's demise. However, Cheng and Xiaodan foresaw the situation, working together to dispatch supplies and deploy troops, ultimately averting disaster. Next, they repeatedly defy fate's script as they battle unscrupulous merchants and corrupt officials. This shift from passive acceptance to active control not only intensifies the plot but also allows the audience to witness the power of resistance. In particular, their bond deepens as they face life-or-death situations. Xiaodan, initially a rational emperor, gradually becomes moved by Cheng's kindness and wisdom, while Cheng finds support in the emperor's resilience and tenderness. The moment they confessed their feelings was not only heartwarming but also incredibly precious against the backdrop of fate's oppression. A mixture of sweetness and cruelty, life or death choices and emotional climaxes. The most heartbreaking moment in the drama is undoubtedly Xiao Haodan's relapse of his chronic illness. He had long suffered from headaches, and this time he was seriously ill and bedridden. Despite seeking help from renowned doctors, Zhen Wanyan remained loyal and sought treatment. At this point, a sorcerer predicted, "Only one of you can survive." This powerful plot device pushed their love to the brink of a crisis. Xiao Haodan was willing to sacrifice his life to save Zhen Wanyan, but Zhen Wanyan swore to never let him die first. Just when the audience thought tragedy was imminent, the plot took a twist. It turned out that Xiao Haodan's illness had worsened to poisoning by a neighboring country. After the poison was removed, he recovered, and both survived. This twist, both cruel and sweet, moved the audience to tears, yet ultimately brought a perfect sense of relief. Actors' performances. Chen Lei's ancient costume charm enhances Wang Churan's beauty and presence. For a historical fantasy drama, the actor's suitability for the role is crucial. Wang Churan is known for her cool demeanor and renowned beauty. Her classical beauty, enhanced by her lavish makeup, enhances the coolness and agility of a seductive concubine. Furthermore, she doesn't rely solely on her beauty, she must embody the wisdom, resilience, and kindness of a modern woman, a significant test of her acting skills. Chen Lei has already demonstrated his expressive power in ancient costume since Cloudfeather. His sculpted features and heroic gaze perfectly suit the role of an emperor. In What a Trouble, he must embody the majesty and composure of an emperor while also embodying the contradictions and tenderness of a modern soul. This layered quality will be a testament to his acting prowess. The two actors, standing together, create a striking visual synergy. A cold and enchanting concubine, a heroic emperor. Just from the leaked photos, many viewers are already exclaiming, "I'm hooked." Audience expectations and market prospects. In recent years, costume fantasy dramas have emerged in droves, but there have also been many cases of starting strong and ending weak. Audiences are no longer satisfied with simply good looks and sweet romance and are now more focused on plot logic and actor performance. What a Difficult Thing is highly anticipated for 3 reasons. Differentiation of subject matter. Although it's a novel, the opening scene is a complete disaster, creating a refreshing twist. Dual time travel setting. The male and female protagonists both hail from modern times and share a common language, avoiding the cliché of the female protagonist being isolated and helpless, and making it easier for sparks to spark. Enhanced family and country sentiments. The series features not only sweet and abusive love, but also grand political, warlike, and fateful struggles, broadening its audience base. With the advantage of iQiyi's exclusive platform and the popularity of Cheng and Wang Churan among young viewers, this drama, once aired, is likely to become another widely discussed period drama hit, following The Legend of the Blue Orchid and Longing. Online discussion and fan response. As soon as the leaked photos and plot synopsis of What a Difficult Thing were released, they sparked heated discussion on social media. One netizen commented, "Wang Churan's face is a natural addition to period dramas. She's absolutely stunning." Others praised Cheng Lei, saying, "He has a powerful aura as a period emperor, even more fitting than modern dramas." Some even spun the duo, a voluptuous concubine and an emperor. Just hearing the words makes me feel destined. I beg for them to air soon. At the same time, some are concerned about whether the plot will maintain its logical integrity and avoid a disappointing ending. Overall, however, expectations far outweigh any doubts, especially given the series' blend of sweet and abusive emotions in the struggle against fate. The series has become a hit even before it aired. Conclusion: the most anticipated costume fantasy drama of the year. In summary, What a Trouble is not only a sweet romantic drama, but also a major historical drama exploring fate and struggle, individual and nation, love and sacrifice. Its innovative subject matter, dramatic plot twists, and captivating performances from the actors all generate high anticipation for its release. In our fast-paced modern lives, audiences demand not only sweet dramas that offer a light-hearted sip of sweetness, but also works that resonate emotionally and offer room for reflection. What a Trouble strikes a perfect balance of both, the sweetness of love and the weight of fate. As promotions for the series gradually unfold, it's foreseeable that What a Trouble will become one of iQiyi's key dramas of the year. As for whether it can replicate the blockbuster successes of the Kanglinju and Longing for Love, the answer may be revealed in the near future.